a quick update here for touring with us, and thank you to the 555 or so subscribers as of today. 555. We are really enjoying that moment. Hopefully it stays with us. Touch wood, touch wood. We don't want to say it too early and get too excited, because it could actually leave them bound, because a lot of people desubscribe and then come back to us, and then new people come, that kind of thing. So yeah, if you're watching live, we appreciate it as usual, and if you're watching on a replay, we also really appreciate that, of course. Both ways we appreciate it here on this day, Saturday the 10th of June 2023. I was going to say 2028, but that's well advanced. Something that is way into the future. But yeah, I've got my Fanta here. We are at Feastown Park here, and
Feastown Park.
yeah, I said Feastown Park. It's because I always say Feastown Park because there's a kiosk just literally around the corner. It's really quiet. It makes a nice change here, and of course you can still see, of course, the light of the evening here. Hello, Nikki and Gibbs. Very good evening to you. It's a long time no see, but you are here. Good evening, we would say, rather than the opposite. So yeah, how are we doing? That is the main thing. Thank you for stopping by the way. I know it's a sudden live this evening. Sometimes we do that on occasions, but it's nice to see you in the chat tonight. Good evening. How are you? We are very good. Have you noticed I've got my cap on today? Apparently it's a kind of new look. Well, sort of. But yeah, I don't know if it's an image that is good enough to stay with me. But of course, yes, I find it very interesting. I've got a new image here, which is fighting with the lawnmower, which is this sort of thing here. So welcome, very good evening to you all, and we have people coming in to say hello and watching us, which is great as well. We are located, as I say, at Feastown Park, and the reason for that is because normally there's a kiosk just a walkway from here, literally down that path that way, okay? And of course, yeah, I would say it's open normally from 11:30 till 4:30, of course, during of course, I would say the summer holidays and the half-term holidays as well, and weekends. But of course, we weren't there in time today. But of course, we have showcased it a lot of times on the channel here. And of course, we have showed to you from our supporters that, of course, gift to us and donations towards the channel, which we do greatly sort of appreciate. And we have showcased where we donate some of our money towards the park, which we are now doing. And of course, it goes on the channel as well. So we are now going to split it both ways. If we do get any support whatsoever. So yeah, the way to do it is GoFundMe as usual, and of course the PayPal we can also use. And of course, yes, message us for more details, which some people have got in touch with us on, which is touringwithus@gmail.com. If you want to send us some feedback as well, you can use that email once more. Of course, it's touringwithusteam@gmail.com. So yes, I don't know if anyone's noticed of late, we have sort of posted it on the community section. Pinky, our moderator, who has done a co-host for the first time on a pilot, which basically means a kind of show, which is a demo kind of show. So there's another name for it called pilot. It doesn't mean you're flying up in the air or anything like that. But of course, what it is that, of course, we are demoing a show, which she came on at the end of the show, doing a co-host experience kind of feeling, alongside me talking on the top, and we called it a club mix show. And of course, there's a range of music for all kinds of people in the show, and she comes on as a sort of guest, but hoping that, of course, we can come up with a show in the future. But of course, you know, it's only a trial out and see how it goes, really. And of course, it's a podcast kind of thing. And podcast is basically a show that you listen to in your own time online. Basically, that's what a podcast is. So we're using Mixcloud, which most people use. And if we was to do a live show on that, of course, an audio one and maybe a video as well, um, you know, you have to connect it using a OBS studio if you was to do that. But of course, it's always good to start audio first before you go on to video or live streaming like I'm doing now. But what I would say is that, of course, Mixcloud is a very good source for that, and it deals with all the copyright as well, which, of course, is the apparent only source that allows for, of course, radio shows to go up on there without having to worry about the PRS, which is the Performing Rights Society, where artists have to be registered. I think it costs in the region of £100 per artist now, but it used to be £30 back in my day. Of course, that was a few years back. But of course, a lot of people don't know about the PRS. I think that's where they collect royalties in the UK, and there's other societies that collect royalties in the world as well. There's too many to name, but of course the main one is the PRS, otherwise known as Performing Rights Society. You can check them out for more information to find out if you want to be an artist. But of course, yes, it's quite complicated if you don't know anything about it. Of course, Juliani Crab is in the chat. Hi, Nicky, he says. He's got an ankle issue. He needs healing from his ankle issue here. He's watching over there. And, of course, he's literally 2 seconds away. So why are you texting me, of course, well, putting a comment on there 2 yards away, Julian? Or Giuliani. He's now been called Crab, or Crabby now.
Well,
yeah, so what is it, Julian? And what are you texting about now? You're just saying hi to Nikki?
Yeah.
She says hi, as in, hey, Julian, you okay?
Well, yes and no, 50-50.
Yeah, I believe that, of course, Nikki saw the message just about today. You know, it's been a long time no here. But I believe that, of course, yeah, because we did have a message from Scott Smart, one of our other moderators, who came on one of our lives to pop and say hello, that we were, well, I was actually in Ely recently, and of course they were heading back that way on the train coming back from holiday. So yeah, they were not very far away from us, going through Ely on the train, I believe, from, of course, Hunstanton. Did you enjoy your Hunstanton visit? That is the question. Of course, yeah, I haven't taken Julian up there. It's because we haven't got a very good signal, and really I haven't tried it with this phone, but I don't think we can get a signal up there. But saying that, we can get a video up there. But yeah, Juliani Crabby, as in Crab, has said 50-50, Yarmouth soon. Hopefully you get your foot sorted out, Julian, because you do need it badly. I just got my luggage today, costing me around about £22 online. Yeah, so yeah, brand new luggage, which is a lot easier, and hopefully it'll be good enough for me to put my stuff in. But yeah, what else happening? Oh yes, if anyone of you has seen the Biggleswade video, which I've just done as well, obviously I got the train from Cambridge to Hitchin, and changing at Hitchin to Biggleswade. Now, I posted the Biggleswade video onto a site, and a pub has just come up to me and said, of course, I've got lovely, beautiful places, but it's all about the Wetherspoons. Well, of course, we'll be coming to your pub soon. I think it's the Rose Pub that came up with an answer there. I need to know what their menu's like so we can check them out. Of course, yes, we like people to come up with their own pubs so that we can check them out also. It's not just about the Wetherspoons, but we just happen to pop by a Wetherspoons when we can. So, of course, the Regal was one of them, the Regal Cambridge, and, of course, the Crown, which is in Biggleswade. So, yeah, apparently they've got a theatre opening soon as well. And we managed to interview some local people of the area. Do check that out on the channel as well as my live, which I was actually slurring my words because I had a couple of drinks or shandies, if you like. And of course, I just could not get my wording out, even on the live as well. But I managed to start again, and I managed to keep going. And that's the main thing on that. So, yeah, I enjoyed my experience in that sort of area. Now, Biggleswade is in Bedfordshire. So, yes, just to let you know of that. And I believe Hitchin is in Hertfordshire, I believe. I have to double check that, but yeah, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, it's getting dark here. Although it looks light on the camera here, you can still see a little bit of the area that we're in here. Hardly a soul about apart from us two. But last time we were here, there was a little bit of a fight. We won't go into details, but of course, that was on a bank holiday Monday, which was a little bit unfortunate. But of course, yeah, hopefully it gets itself solved up at some point. And yeah, sorry, I'm just adjusting the camera a little bit. So that's better. So yeah, hopefully that won't ever happen again in this spot where exactly it happened. And apparently I was doing a live at that point, and then of course people came along and started squabbling. But okay, it happens anywhere, doesn't it? So we have to just bear that in mind sometimes. But of course, yes, we're not here to talk about that really. But yeah, it's been fascinating. That of course, it's a long time no see for one of our moderators here, and of course, yes, Pinky and I hopefully are going to be doing a show at some point. We don't know when, but of course, if you want to listen to our show that we did, one of our moderators, Pinky, was the host, or actually the co-host on that show called the Club Mix Show, which I did actually host a show on All Request Radio before it went out of business, which was January of 2023, a couple of months ago, maybe more than that actually. January, I just can't remember, I can't think of the top of my head. But no, yeah, it's definitely in January 2023 that All Request Radio ceased airing. But of course, I was apparently the last show on it. I'm always the last show on it because I was on Envision Radio once before, and 209 Radio as well, back in the day as well. And I started out as a co-host as well. So it's always good to start out as a co-host before you go into the main presenting, because I've got the equipment at home, which I do at home. But yeah, I'd like to go to a studio at some point. I have sort of contacted a few of them, but just waiting to hear back from them. It's been about a week now since I've heard from any of them. I've contacted Great Yarmouth Harbour Radio and it's ICR, Ipswich Community Radio as well. See if they want in an extra slot there. If they are watching now, or anyone watching from any of those stations, do get in touch. There is a message. Okay, there's a message on here as well. A natural message. So we look forward to seeing your Yarmouth videos. I will keep an eye out for updates. We will. We are not doing major Q&As all the time. Sometimes we do them, sometimes we don't. But we'll try and do one. But of course, it's getting the listener figure back up again, because we do miss that kind of thing. Julian did do his nice and relaxing show recently, which was the other day. I think it was on a Wednesday, and it did receive at least 5 or 6 viewers. And yeah, that's better than nothing. I know it's quite a low figure, but of course I don't really think about that. I don't think about too much of who's listening in on how many you've got. It's not all about that. It's about enjoying it. Even if it means one, it means a million, to us. And of course, we do have the odd moderator coming in, including Pinky. Kim Smith came in as well. Lovely it was, and a few other people came in to watch as well. It's always great support. It always gives us a lift. I can't take my words, I'm slurring again. I haven't drunken anything, by the way. It's just the E numbers here. But no, seriously, yeah. I was going to say I've lost my thread now, but
Give my regards to Scott.
but yeah, it's nice that they were all tuning in, and of course, when people come in and tune into us, it gives us a bit of a, makes us feel good, makes us feel happy, and of course, we feel happy anyway doing it. But we appreciate the more people, the better, obviously. But of course, we've had an email from touring with our team recently, because we do have an email. Some YouTubers don't have emails at all to contact people on. I don't know if, of course, major YouTubers do that, but of course, they're all different to what we are. We want to be different as well, which is what our aim for the channel is, to be completely different to what others are doing. Completely different. Bit of freedom of speech as well. We like different sort of opinions as well, which helps. A bit like a GB News kind of thing, but we're not actually GB News. But of course, we're not a news channel of any kind. We're community kind of feel more than the politics side. But yeah, as I say, the email is quite useful to know about, because we have had one a sort of email regarding, of course, a lot of people have been interested in our videos. There was this guy, I don't know who he was. If they are watching right now, they need to subscribe to us to tell us more about who they are, because it could well be a scammer. We don't know that. So I have written back to ask them that question. And they're saying, and they showed a picture of, how much videos people are watching. So yeah, it's given that kind of feeling to it, and showed what the watcher performance is, that kind of thing. Saying that, going into details like that, which I won't really discuss now, but of course I'm just basically telling you that of course they are sort of trying to give advice about it. I don't know whether they're going to give free advice. People can give advice, but of course it's down to our team to know what is best and what suits us best. We don't want to go into great detail about it. We want to do something that makes us feel best, rather than doing something that's not going to work at all. So yeah, Julian's got an alcohol problem, and so if you can hear that in the background, we do apologise. But anyway, it's that interesting thought, isn't it? So, Biggles Way we done recently, and of course Hitchin train station, Regal Weatherspoons. Yeah, we walked around the town of Biggleswade. We haven't just about done that. We've done other videos as well. Of course, a nice and relaxing show we've done. And, of course, what was the recent? We've done some cafes one. And, of course, we've had some interesting guesses on the recent supermarket, which was called Asda. And, of course, where was the... I would say Asda that we filmed, and a lot of people thought it was Bess and Evans. Well, of course, we will reveal the answer when we go to another supermarket, okay? And that is when we will reveal the answer. All will be revealed. It's getting really, really cooler here. We're basically going to have to end soon, but of course, hello to everyone here, whoever is tuning in. They can still see us here, because this camera picks up light quite well actually. And of course, we do have a sunset here in the area of Easttown Park in Suffolk here. If you've never been here, do check it out. Let's have a look. You've got the sunset just behind Juliani Crabby. He's feeling a bit crabby as well. But yeah, the sunset is absolutely beautiful this evening. I know the zoom isn't doing that great at the moment because it's blurring out a little bit, but it's better when it's not in zoom. But yeah, you got another lot of benches down here, and it's just beautiful. We just want you to take in the beautiful nature sounds here. It's just lovely. The kiosk is in that way, and there's a park for your families just down around the corner as well. It's just beautiful. So if you've never been sorry, if you've never been down to East Town Park, otherwise known as Feast Town Park, come and check it out because it's definitely worth it. So yeah, we thank you all so much for tuning in. This is a kind of celebration day. Hopefully it stays with us. If of course we have been desubscribed or even it's I can't say the words because it's getting late, but yeah, blimey, my words need thinking again. So if it's increased with subscribers, okay, all well and good. If it's decreased, of course, the figure I'm telling you now is absolute nonsense. So hopefully it stays with me, but it could sort of increase by the time this live stream goes up. You know, tell all your friends out here to subscribe to us free of charge. Yes, that word subscribe is so difficult to say sometimes, you know, especially if you're slurring your words. So yeah, 555. We are celebrating all the 3 5s in a treble sense. So, my all-weather friend here, it's great to be here. I don't know how Man City are getting on here.
I think they were 1-0 up, as far as I know.
Oh, Julian's here, of course. Juliani, Krabby. Does anyone like his stage name here?
No.
Krabby, as in crab. The crab is on his head. It's coming on your head.
I don't like fish.
You don't like fish? Why don't you like fish?
I'm allergic to it.
Oh yeah, I've forgotten about that. Great stuff. Someone nicked my other one of these, but of course they're only £2 in Tesco's, aren't they? My Tesco's card is on the way, so yeah, it's great to have the discounts of Tesco's. If you've got a Tesco's near you, we'd like to hear from you lot out there. Also, of course, if there's a cafe in your Tesco's, maybe there's one in Hatfield, I don't know, but of course maybe there's one in Cambridge. I think there's actually several Tesco's there, but none of them have cafes in it. I don't think they do they, Julian?
No, not all of them.
No, they don't, do they? But Asda in Bevson Evans does. Is there anyone else that has cafes? The opposite, kind of like a B&Q kind of thing. I think it's B&M. Somewhere near there in Bevson Evans in the industrial estate, they do have a cafe, and it's a small one, and they have sausage rolls there. If you want to go all the way over there for sausage rolls, go over to that cafe, and they have a cup of tea. And I think it's only a mug, Julian. It's only a mug for that. So
I think you've been mugged.
I've been mugged on that one. But yeah,
We're
there's.
going to mug you tonight.
Hang on, there's a few things to say. But yeah, that sort of area in the industrial estate is quite a good area. And they do have lots of things to have a look at, like, of course, luggage cases and all those kind of things, garden tools, a bit like your pound stretcher, wherever there's a pound stretcher. But my all-weather friend, it's time to say goodbye now. And thank you so much. I love sending out to you all, wherever you're watching, live from East Town Park in Havel, Suffolk. Thank you very much.
Regards to Nicky
and Scott, the moderators.
And their family, and we hope to catch up soon.
Oh yeah, before you go, Julian, when is the NAR show or the Nice and Relaxing show?
I don't know yet.
You don't know?
No, we don't know yet. So
Is it going to be before we go away?
probably not, because we've got a lot of packing to do, haven't we?
Oh yeah, because we're leaving. Thursday or Wednesday, I can't remember.
That's Thursday.
One of the 2 days anyway. Yeah, I forget sometimes. But yeah, thank you very much.
It'll be about
Might
4 or 5 days.
Yeah, it might be the following week. It might be.
It depends how we feel.
Depends how we feel. You're not going to do it tomorrow, are you?
Oh no, God no.
Oh yeah, you've got a morning service to talk about, haven't you?
Havel Church.
Talk us through that. Go on.
Havel St Mary's Church, 9:30 in the morning. It will be live streamed on YouTube.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have a copy of it.
Yeah, first of all, I've got
not all of the service, but some of it. You know, you're voluntary.
Down there by bus.
Hopefully they get all your voluntary in as well.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. Fingers crossed about that.
Yeah,
Go on.
About 4 or 5 hymns. I think it's just normal service bits.
Yep.
So basically, it's at St Mary's.
So what is your voluntary that you're going to be doing at the end of that service? Oh, it's a secret, isn't it? And find out when you see it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, and we'll say ta-ta to you all. And this camera picks up very well in the dark, doesn't it? When it actually is not light, really. It's getting too dark for us now, but of course it's still light on the camera. We can still see each other. Does pick up very well, doesn't it? But anyway, Julian's walking slowly in the background there. If you can see him just hobbling there, just about. He's got to go slowly and try and walk it off if he can. But anyway, we'll leave that racing for your mind. And of course, on behalf of Touring With Us team, we'll see you next time. Okay, 25 minutes gone on the clock here. If you don't believe me, check your watches. And we don't bore you. Well, we try not to on our clocks. Okay, from, of course, myself, Nickalini Orange, and Juliani Crabby, as in Juliani Crab, we'll say a very, very good evening to you all. And of course, yeah, it's 9:54, nearly 10 o'clock at night, PM here, and we're the only ones here. Any sort of, you know, I would say strange goings on is the right word. If you hear anything, let us know. If you see anything, let us know as well. Huge smiles, yeah, from the people that, of course, give you all that smiling entertainment. Okay, have yourself a lovely rest of the weekend. Hopefully we'll be back here again, hopefully maybe tomorrow. We'll see how it goes, because you know we have to sort of rely on that heat to get cooler in the evening, and hopefully there won't be any thunderstorms as well, especially when we're away. Doesn't usually happen at the coast, not very often, but of course it's getting back and experiencing the thunderstorms. That's the thing about that. But of course, where has he gone? Oh, he's gone now. So we will say goodbye and take care, and see you next time. Bye bye, and we'll leave you with the last footage and the last scenes from East Ham Park. Broadcasting live here for your webcam type of view from East Ham Park here, just after 10 PM UK time, here on this date, Saturday the 10th of June 2023, East Ham Park of Suffolk in Haverhill. We'll see you next time.